In this video we are going to look at 10 most influential and iconic South African musicians. We are going to pick artists based on their consistency, record sales, and what they have done over the years. Number 10. Soul Brothers. Soul Brothers was a Mhakanga South African music group which was formed in 1975 by Moses Ngwenya and David Masondo. The group went on to release over 38 albums and most of them were certified gold. The group in total sold over 5 million copies, and what popularized their music was the uniqueness of their music, which is Mhakanga with a bit of jazz and soul. Even though most people don't talk about Soul Brothers now, but we cannot take away the fact that they have contributed so much in South African music, and inspired a lot of artists of today, also paving the way for them. This was proved in 1976 when their single, Mshoza Wami, sold over 60,000 units within the first 3 months of its release, and that was very unlikely for Mhakanga music genre at that time. The group have won Soma Awards 2 times, in 2001 and 2011 for Best Mhakanga Album in 2011. Number 9. AKA. Kiernan Forbes, musically known as AKA, is no doubt one of the most influential and iconic South African musicians of all time.
Big shot, superstar, punisher, finisher.
His first studio album, Alter Ego, released on 2011, introduced him to commercial success, and the album was certified gold.
Top of her mind, therefore what you think? Pardon me, did I go too far?
But his best-selling album was Levels, which was released in 2014, which sold over 40,000 copies, followed by Touch My Blood, which made 30,000 copies and was released on 2018. His unapologetic musical approach made him stand out, and he inspired a lot of African youth through his music and raw personality. AKA was one of the best-selling South African hip-hop artists of all time, with over 100 platinum-selling singles. He has won over 20 awards on his career, including Best Male Artist of the Year 2 times at Summer Awards.
You have taken the world by storm.
Number 8. Black Coffee. Black Coffee is one of the iconic and successful DJs in Africa, with 7 studio successful albums. What made him reach his commercial success and cultural impact is the way he is able to create unique and diverse music which can mix elements of Afro-pop, jazz and R&B. Black Coffee has sold over 100,000 of albums copies worldwide, and his most iconic and successful album, Pieces of Me, which was released in 2015, and this album sold over 77,000 copies. His latest album, called Subconsciously, which was released in 2021, won him a Grammy Award for Best Dance/Electronic Album. All this success has made Black Coffee one of the most iconic and influential artists of South Africa. Number 7. Zola 7. Bonginkosi Dlamini, known as Zola 7, is one of the most successful actor-turned-musician in South Africa. In the span of his career he has released several Kwaito albums, which includes Mdwembe, Kokovula, Bambatha, etc., and have sold over thousands of album copies. His best-selling album was Mdwembe, which was able to sell over 8,000 copies just after it was released in the year 2000. Zola is influential because in his music he was able to talk to the youth and encourage them to work hard in life in some of his songs. Which is why most ghetto youth was able to resonate with his music. He is a storyteller. In 2005 he won a Summer for Best Artist of the Year and Humanly B was able to win him Song of the Year. Even though Zola is a Kwaito artist, but some call him the best rapper in South Africa. Number 6 Hugh Masekela. If you do not know bro Hugh Masekela, leave the country. Hugh Masekela was one of the most influential artists in South Africa. He was a trumpeter, flugelhornist, and a singer. Some also referred to him as a father of South African jazz. Some says that activist Trevor Huddleston changed his life when he gave him his first trumpeter and the rest was history. His debut album was released in 1963 and was titled Trumpet Africaine. The name of the album came after being advised by Dizzy Gillespie and Armstrong to develop his own unique African style instead of American. He has recorded over 37 chart-topping albums and sold over 5 million copies worldwide. He was a 3-time Grammy Award nominee. In 2016 MTV awarded him with the African Music Legend Award, and throughout his career he has gone on to win many other awards such as Lifetime Achievement Award and International Award of the Year. Now guys, before we continue, if you made it this far, it's most likely you're enjoying this video. Please press the like button and subscribe for more videos like this.
Here is the magnificent African artist, Miriam Makeba.
Number 5 Miriam Makeba. Miriam Makeba, also known as Mama Africa, is one of the most popular South African artists known around the world. She was one of the artists who helped introduce African music internationally and helped popularize Afro-pop music. She has paved the way for artists like Mofikizolo, Brenda Fassie and more. So there is no doubt that she is one of the most influential and iconic artists of South Africa.
All the black South Africans live. The children shout from the streets as they see police.
In her career she has released over 23 studio albums, and the most successful album was Potter Potter, which was released in 1967 and has sold over 89,000 copies worldwide. Mama Africa has won many awards in her career, including a Grammy Award for Best Folk Recording in 1965 in collaboration with Harry Belafonte, making her the first African artist to win a Grammy Award. Also in her career she has over 9 Grammy nominees. Number 4 Black Mambazo. Ladysmith Black Mambazo is the most iconic choral/isicathemia group in South Africa. The group consists of 9 members, but there was about 12 during the span of their careers. Black Mambazo is still around and has been around since 1960, which means they have been doing this for 6 decades. Not many artists around the world have achieved this. The group was formed by Joseph Shabalala in 1960 and went on to record over 50 albums, which most of them achieved platinum status, and they have sold over 30 million records worldwide, and that is such a success.
Somebody sing, hello, hello, hello.
Black Mambazo have won over 13 awards, including 3 Grammy Awards in their career, which makes them the most expensive and iconic group in the country. No doubt they are one of the most respected and iconic musical groups not only in the country but in the world. Number 3 Rebecca Malope. Rebecca Malope is the queen of gospel, and she has paved the way for most if not all the gospel artists of today. Her music career was active for a minimum of 3 decades, and during that time, the star has sold over 10 million albums worldwide. Her stage presence is one of the tools she used to keep the audience tuned into her shows and asking for more. Rebecca Malope has released over 36 albums in a span of 30 years, and the audience never got tired of it because most of them reached platinum status. In 2021, the press honored her with the Order of Ikamanga for what she has contributed in South African music industry. In her career, Rebecca has won many awards, including the Lifetime Achievement Award in 2017 Summer Awards. Number 2, Lucky Dube. Now there is no doubt that Lucky Dube is one of the most influential and iconic musicians in South Africa. His cultural impact has made his music timeless and put his name on the list of the few music icons we have in the country. This actor-turned-musician released one of his earliest albums named Slaves, and it turned out to be one of the greatest reggae albums of all time. He went on to release 22 more albums in a span of 25-year period. His stage presence was to die for, and his music touched very sensitive issues which was faced by the country at that time, such as racism, and the star was hoping for the better world and togetherness in his music. His albums have sold over 10 million copies worldwide, which was huge for an African artist especially at that time, and this makes him the biggest selling reggae artist of all time in Africa. Number 1. Brenda Fassie. Now this name rings 1,000 bells. Brenda Fassie is one of the most iconic, if not the most iconic, South African musician of all time. She is also known as Queen of African Pop. Brenda Fassie was discovered by Kendrick Koloy Libona and became a leader singer for a musical group called Brenda and the Big Dudes. But when she went solo on 1987, history was made as she went on to become the GOAT and sold millions of copies, and almost every album she released reached platinum status, and her album Mamiza was the best-selling album in South Africa in 1998.
If I want to do anything, I want to do anytime, anywhere, with anybody, that's nobody's business. I mean, I do anything I want to do.
Throughout her career, she won lots of awards, including the Lifetime Achievement Award in 2004. Some say she is Michael Jackson of South Africa or Madonna, because of the things she did, such as winning Summer Awards for best-selling album 4 times in a row. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, like the video and subscribe, and please do let us know if we left anyone out, and I know we did.